Very basic. You can see you got so you can adjust the speed. To start it, you have to engage the blade to start it and then pull. I'll show you after. It's got the auto choke system, which I never had a problem. This always starts on first pull, no matter what, for me. It's got the fuel shut off and on. Let me zoom down a little bit. You can see there's a fuel shut off right here and on. It's got the air. Just put that back in. See the air filter there. Gas cap. I actually like the looks of the this housing better than that one. Steel deck. That's another 3-in-1 system. This is a 4-in-1 system. We'll talk about that after. Never had leaks on this. The overhead valve. Spark plug. I changed the spark plug one time in my whole life last year, just for the hell of it. The wheels are really my only negative thing on this. You can see how bald they get because I have a hilly terrain. So I change these like every year. It was a pain in the ass, especially look at the rear wheels. And another problem I've had with this is when I go backwards, it sometimes sticks and it does like manual. So that's a problem I've had with this machine. Steel deck, so likely to rust if you don't take care of it. And this is the 3-in-1. You go from mulch to bag. It's very dirty. There's the number on it if you want it. The Hrr216 169 VKA. That's the model number. And you can see GCV 160 engine. Easy start, which indeed it is easy start. I'll show you how easy it is to start. So make sure the fuel shut on. Fuel shut off is turned on. Do the lever. One pull every time. Sounds beautiful. Works every time. See the wheels work? Great machine. So that's that machine. Now let's go to the HRX217 HYA. So I bought this machine because this is their last Honda. Honda was discontinuing in USA models. So I really wanted, you know, an upgraded version of this. The HRR216, I wanted an upgraded version, and I have snow blowers, so I was digging that hydrostatic. We'll talk about that after. The thing I really like about this is the fuel cap is very, very large. You can see that. So it doesn't spill all over the place. That's nice. The dipstick on this, the HRR216, is very small compared to this. This extends out, so it's nice and easy, especially doing oil changes. So I like that a lot. I don't bag, so I didn't bring my bag. I think this one has a bigger bagger than that one, the HRR216. But the model on this is HRX217 K6HYAA. Mama, it says. That's the model number. So the reason why this is a 4-in-1 instead of the 3-in-1 is you got mulch to bag, but you can do in between, which actually, let me show you guys. When you open it, it goes to bag. And when you close it, it goes to mulch. But you can do in between, which I usually do, which is nice. So I really, really dig that system. Very convenient. So I like that a lot. I love the 9-inch wheels. I haven't had any problems yet with that. The 9-inch wheels, besides the dealer putting the pinion on backwards. That sucked. Huge issue for me, not a big deal, but if you're handy, was this leaked all the time underneath the overhead valve. Brand new, it leaked. So that was a pain in the ass. This is rear wheel drive. They're both rear wheel drive. You got the air filter right here. You can see, pretty easy. These have nuts you can just take off for the carb. So that's convenient as well. And it has a fuel shutoff. Plastic deck, next sight. A lot of people love that. It's been around for years. 9-inch wheels, which I love. I didn't do those optional bumpers yet. The bumpers on each side. This has, let me see. The thing I like about Hondas too is you can, does it have 2 positions or 1? This has 2 positions, you can see. See how there's, let me see if I can show you guys. There's 2 holes here, so you could do it two positions, and you could store it very easily like this. I love that. In the shed, so it doesn't take up a lot of room. And then, my mom's short, so I'll put it on that one. So we'll go over here. This one, they kind of color code it, which is kind of cool, Honda. So this is the hydrostatic gears. This is, it goes from low all the way to low. So fast. They go about the same speed, in my opinion. And then you got stop, you got slow, and you got fast. This is the blade control. So you actually, this is a pain, in my opinion, blade stop. Because you have to push down and then hold it. That's why I got this Velcro strap. In the other video I showed you, I just kind of just leave it on there. And then you got the clutch, which is the drive to go forward or back. Actually, it doesn't have back. I wish it did. But I'll show you how easy it is to start. I still think the Hrr216 is easier to start. Watch, I'll start at 1 pull. No, my luck. Let's see. Oh, I'm not on fast, that's why. There we go. So you don't have to hold it down like the other one to start it. That's nice. See, what I like to do is take that Velcro, hold it down. Now, all I have to worry about is the drive. That's nice. So the drive is right here. So I can kind of go on the go, which is nice while doing it. And if I need to, I can just release this easily, you know? So it's not too bad, the Velcro, which I like a lot. And this actually has a slow speed, which this doesn't. So you can slow idle if you wanted to. And this has a stop as well. So that's pretty cool. So let's look at the underneath too. I didn't really look too much into that before. Next time the purchase of the box now, these ones HRX217. HR, you can get these cheap on online. So let's just push it off. I think gas that's not the same too. I'm not going to the right side. See the bottom. I think it was an old plate too. I got that. So you can see over here. Let me see if I can get lower. You got the plastic deck, which I keep immaculate anyways. So I could have went steel if I wanted to, and it's clean. But it's very tough and durable. I have no worries with that. Transmission, I haven't had any problems or anything. The wheels, I haven't had any problems. Still has good treads. As you can tell, I did red and tacky. But these rear wheels just spin forward like that. And it just stop if you go back. You'll hear that click. That's normal on both sides. And these ones are just, they have bearings, but they spin good. And that's the dual blade. I shouldn't touch anything, but there's 2 blades. And pretty cool. And then this is the HR Hrr216. You can see I got smaller blades. I think I put that on my parents' mulching blades because they mulch mostly. The wheels you can see they need new wheels eventually. But this locks. You can hear the ratchet key. That's kind of rough. Maybe I'll lube it up. It has a ratchet key. This one just spins freely. You can see the wobble. See how much wobble it has over time. This is 10 years old though, guys. And yeah. So those are the two differences between the two. So the problems I've had with this mower, I'll talk about the problems I've had with it, was the wheels locking up in the back on the HRR216. Wheels locked up eventually, and that means like when you go backwards, it locks up and you can't go backwards. Pain in the ass. Never had a carb issue. Always start at first pull. That's awesome. The string I had an issue with, which I love because you can just take these 3 bolts off or nuts off and put a new recoil. Very easy. That's not the original. Cheap fix too. Wheels I had to replace every year. That's a pain in the ass on these. Height adjustment you have 2 and you have 3 on this one. I forgot to say. So you have 3 height adjustments on this one and 2 on that one. So that's different. You got for the handlebars. So if you're tall, this one should be better, I think. And cleaned it every year. It has a little bit of rust, not too bad though. And I think that's pretty much it. Besides the wheel wobbling. Oh, the ratchet and pinion. The ratchet, what's it called? A ratchet key. It actually broke inside the back, the rear wheel. It snapped and the gears grind it. There's a pinion gear, which in my other video, I'll link it. The pinion gear completely grind it and it wouldn't make that springing noise and it wouldn't self-propel. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta buy a new mower. And I didn't. It was like a $5 part or $10 part, cheap, and that was an easy fix. But that was 10 years. I had that for 10 years and those are the issues I've had with that one. Now with this one I've had for a year and I've used it a bunch of times. The issues I've had with this one, I brought it to the dealer because of the stupid overhead valve leak. I've had that 2 or 3 times and they finally fixed it underneath. Another issue I've had with this mower was the hydrostatic drive. It was really slow. It was probably going like 2 miles per hour. That's why I had to adjust it. You'll see in my other video I adjusted it. And another issue I've had, not too much of an issue, but grass just builds up right here. A lot of people talk about that. I don't use the bag though, so I always use it like half mulch, half bag. And what else is the issue? Maybe a price. Starting is another issue. I actually replaced the thermal wax because it was a cheap part. And it took me like 8 to 10 pulls during the winter when I first started this. And I just think the HRR216 is a lot easier to start. First pull every time, very basic. You don't have to put it in fast like this one, and you don't have to think about it really. But this one, I've been having issues a little bit with, starting at first pull. It takes me like 2-3 pulls now, but for Honda, that's kind of a disappointment. All my Honda equipment has started at first pull. My snow blowers, I had a 22-year-old Honda 1132, start first pull every time. And so that's a little bit of disappointment. If you want basic, a basic quality mower, get the HRR216. That's what I would say. If you want a high-end mower with all the bells and whistles, you can go different speeds. Blade control if you have kids and stuff, or ball in front of you. I don't really use it too much, to be honest, the blade control, but this one would do you good. Next side deck, you don't have to worry about less maintenance. You don't have to worry about the rust. These wheels are a lot better, I can tell, than these ones, the 8-inch ones. You got bearings on both, all 4 bearings only on the rear. All right, thanks guys for watching. Hope this was enjoyable. This was the comparison between an HRR216 model versus the HRX217 HYA model.